Hey guys, what's going on? Coming at you with another daily video. Today's obviously Wednesday morning. Before I get into this video, make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment below. Really trying to get to 800 subs by the end of this month, so we'll see if we can make that happen. So yesterday, Corsair Gaming at the Bell Open released their Q3 earnings. It was really, kind of exactly what I expected, to be honest. It was a miss basically everywhere. They said a couple weeks ago that that was going to happen, and don't get your hopes up on them beating and stuff like that. So yeah, Q3 revenue decline. We knew this, like they made it very transparent. I like when companies do that because it kind of prepares you, and they're not, it almost to me looks like, you're really not trying to hide anything. You're just being very transparent. So that's good with especially long-term shareholders. If you haven't watched my previous videos, I am a long-term investor. If you're a short-term day trader, I don't know if you really care about that, or maybe you could do a bunch of puts and, gamble and hope it continues to go down. But, I like that. It sounds like you're not really hiding anything. However, they did have 14% revenue growth year over year. So as, the big picture in 2021, like they are growing, and that's good. So as far as revenue, but they had a decline over the last quarter. So some of the reason being, well, let me go here. Reported some numbers, a week ago. So right, I just said that. So they reported numbers a week ago saying they were gonna miss. So really wasn't, expecting super bad news. It came in exactly basically what I thought. So when companies do that, like I said in my previous video, any good news in, even the littlest bit of good news when an earnings comes out, when they're saying they're gonna miss, or maybe it's not as bad, or, there's some new product coming out, or, they're optimistic that they're going to hit next quarter, or analysts raise their targets when they see it because they assumed it was going to be way worse. Any glimpse of good news would make this stock just skyrocket. So we didn't really, it was kind of weird. The market opened, it was like really up, and then it just slowly like trickled down to like $24. So it was a little strange, and then it slowly started like recovering up towards the end of the day. That's, could be the big fund that holds a lot of shares in Corsair. Maybe they're just selling off, or who knows what's going on. But, that's all short-term stuff. I mean, eventually either A, they'll run out of shares if you stick to it long enough, or B, maybe they'll be, maybe they'll stop selling their shares, and then, the stock will go up a lot quicker. One of the reasons, obviously, just like a lot of companies in the semiconductor business, there were supply shortages. They said that they basically didn't have chips to build a lot of components for the things they sell. So obviously that caused delays. Also, when, the ports are all backed up, which is no surprise in New York and California, a lot of people started air freighting stuff. Therefore, it's more expensive to ship. So it messes with margins then. And then if margins go up, it looks bad on your earnings. So it's basically just a disaster. But that's, I've talked about this in my previous videos. That's all short-term stuff. I am really optimistic that in the middle to end of 2022, all the supply chain issues will be all sorted out, hopefully, and margins will increase, shipping costs will go down, supply shortages will be taken care of. I actually think there's going to be a surge in stuff because people are getting frustrated, companies, where they're just buying so much supply to just get something, and they're basically buying like it's never going to end. But I think there's going to be a surge of inventory, which will obviously drive down, costs, because then there'll be sales because they don't have a place to store it. So that's a whole other topic, but I think that's good for Corsair Gaming. I mean, really their problem is right now is margin and supply chain issues, but that's all short-term stuff. Yearly numbers were good. They had really good growth in 2021. So I think they're going to continue to grow year over year for the next decade. So I'm really not too worried about it. What's my plan? So I did not buy any Corsair Gaming today. This is my third biggest position. And, it's one of those things where I feel like I'm pretty, stacked with where I want to be in shares. So just looking at the stock right now, it's at $25 basically on the dot. So yeah, it had a real big spike in the morning, right at like 9:30 a.m. at 26.50. And then it kind of just settled out and slowly went up. So that's good. I mean, I really can't see it going any lower than $24 ever moving forward, in my opinion, because like all the bad news is baked in. It's only going to get better from here. So what I'm doing is basically I'm not buying unless it goes under like $24 or something crazy. Like if the whole market has a huge pullback or something like that, then I might have to take advantage of it. But, you know, is it a good time to buy? Like, yeah, I mean, if you're a long-term investor, I would definitely, you know, think it's not, you know, it's definitely not a bad time to buy if it's like $24, $25. So that's kind of my plan. I'm not, you know, I mean, that's really it. So that's Corsair's Q3 earnings in a nutshell and kind of what I'm doing with the stock. Some notable, you know, gainers yesterday. Coinbase had a decent run of 1.6%. You know, my cost base is 315. If you've watched my previous videos, it's it's 7% above that now, so that's great. What else had a nice run? It was kind of flat, to be honest. Voyager, I made a video about that. I was that's my smaller market cap crypto broker. So there's been a lot of good news with that stock. I actually need to make a video about that. It might be a little old news now, but if you haven't, you know, looked into that stock or want to know why I like it so much, maybe I'll make a video tomorrow about that. But that one's up a lot too. So yeah, that's my plan with this stock. I'm just gonna hold it. I'm not looking to sell my shares no matter what. You know, I'm at the point where, you know, if it's one of your largest holdings as a long-term investor, you should be very confident in what you're buying. And I don't really see any fundamental changes. I just see this all being short-term stuff and really stuff they don't have control of. So, like many other companies. So that's all I got, guys. Till tomorrow, make sure you like, subscribe, comment below. Let me know your thoughts on Corsair Gaming, if you're getting out, if you're buying it, if you're holding it. Just curious to see what people are doing also. So that's it. Peace.